who's in custody now, released. All of them. They'll be the first. They'll be the first out the door. All them little strange, weird lifters that never used to come up the house, get arrested with images on computers, go to jail, they're all out first, all of them. And they know this. Don't think they know this. You know what's puzzling people? Don't know why it's puzzling me. You know that woman and the two daughters from Clifford? Where's the dad? I believe he was a BBC pundit for horse racing, Mr. Hunt or something. Okay, where is he? Is that not like, hang on, where's the dad in all this? What is the BBC just not mentioning his name all of a sudden because he's one of their own? What, is he in custody? You know, where's the dad in all this? Tommy 46, he's grieving. Isn't he in hospital? Grieving, mate? Wow. Imagine that, mate. Imagine your bird and two daughters just getting took out like, by some little rat that's probably been terrorising his daughter. You know what knobs like this like? He's been to jail and that, I think, hasn't he? Isn't his brother a lifer? Cut from the same cloth there, mate. Aren't he? But you get like this all over the country, you know. Terrorising birds, going in jail, trying to control the birds from in jail. I'm not saying that's the case, but it looks similar. Trying to control the girls from in jail. You're not going out, you can't go there with your mates. How come you're not picking up your phone? How come you're not on me visit? How come you're not... Then they get out, I still love you. Ruin them a little bit in the bedroom, then just turn on them. The bird goes, you know what? That little bit of space where he was in prison, he was wrecking it head. It was convincing it to go off. But he just gets out in that moment. And it's just like, back with it type thing. The dynamics in it. But that's what's happening all over the place with lads getting out of prison. That's another dynamic. When you think about it, there's only one harm, really, to women and children, isn't there? There's only one harm to women and children, and it's man. It doesn't matter how you look at it. Every woman that's getting attacked by a man. Majority of kids that are getting attacked by a man, isn't it? The majority of women that are getting attacked by young men, young boys sometimes, attacking young girls or women. Yes, Lady G, baby, Poppy, Rebecca. So it's all about who's raising these men that are happy to do monstrous things to women, or is it the people that are raising the kids, or is what the kids have got access to now? You know as well as I do what the kids are watching on these things. You know what's getting pushed down their faces, don't you? And you're wondering why kids are going off the barnets when they're listening to drill music at 13. And all's drill, look, I'm going to tell you how it is. All's drill music. All's drill music does to your kids is glorify sexual violence, drug dealing, firearms, blades. This is what your drill music promotes, and every one of you parents out there will sit there and let your kid listen to it and not even try and interject, not even try and educate him what's going on there. You're just letting them grow up with this mindset. You're letting them start developing the same mindset, the same ideology as the kids on the screen. You see them start developing a different dress sense. They're starting to dress in all black, militant, man bags across here, masks up, hats on, gloves on, bikes. These are all telltale signs that your kid's on a path to prison. These are signs. These are like, you know when there's a big sign saying stop and it reflects off your lights. That's basically what your kid's doing. When your kid's going out the house like that, he should be having a big sign on the back to you going, stop me. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing or where I'm going. You're my parents. You need to stop me. But you aren't. You're just letting them flow. And a few years down the line, you start questioning, how did my kid go wrong? We raised him. He had everything. He had everything. And everything he wants to pick up in his ears and in his mind, you just let him. Rebecca's saying peer pressure. That's sometimes. It's sometimes peer pressure, but it's not all the time. Not all the time. I think peer pressure to me is one or two things. It's being sort of manipulated and influenced in a bad way to commit an act of crime or do something that you don't really want to do. But then you've got it the other way, where you've got people like me who wanted to impress the peers. So it's not really peer pressure, it's peer recognition. And I don't think anyone's ever used that phrase in this little world of crime. But peer recognition, mate, that's a powerful phrase, and you've heard it here first. But trust me, the majority of the kids that are getting involved in this, not groomed, they're not bullied, they're not threatened. They do it because they want the recognition from the people they're trying to impress. Just like me. Just like half of these kids running around the city with the guns. They want the recognition of the peers. And it's a different mindset than someone that's being threatened and not being able to eat and not being able to live a normal youthful life because all you're doing is... It's not all that. In fact, 80% of it is peer recognition instead of peer pressure. And they don't even mention that, do they? No one mentions the peer recognition element to it. You're going to have people develop better words for it, but you know, it'll be on the back of what I've just said. Peer recognition is where a young mind is trying to be recognised by that kid that's influencing them. And they'll do anything. Oh, I need a drink, I'll go. I hate that kid. If I see him, lad, I'll give him a punch for you. This is a young kid trying to be recognised by his master sort of thing. DA5 saying when the youngsters are trying to earn their stripes. That's it, mate, yeah. Same sort of ideology, isn't it? Jam sport therapy, blondie bowls, Thornleys. But when they're saying there's something like 87,000 people in the prison system, they're not talking about the care system. They're not talking about the immigration centres. You know, all them other places that are institutions with people locked in them. and not in them 87,000. If you put all them in there, you're touching over 120, close to 150,000 people incarcerated in this country in different types of institutions. Think about that, people. It's a big number, mate. You still there, Lady G, baby? You're not seeing these little helmets? Good on you, mate. So what's happening in this Jay Slater thing then? Any progress? There's only one person speaking on it, isn't it? What's his name? That policeman? Or the investigative journalist? I done a podcast with him. He's a decent fella, him. You know, he wouldn't be going out there and talking shit if he didn't believe it to be factual and true. So it's good to watch him. If you want, if he's covering it and you want real factual information, you're best listening to him on it. That's his name, yeah, Mark. Done a podcast with him about 8 months ago. It's probably on his platform, to be honest. Some parents don't deserve the blame. A lot of parents do. You know, it all starts at home, mate. If your kids are perverted and twisted, you have got a responsibility. If you're not checking your teenage son's phone on a regular basis, going through his search history, going through his photos, you're leaving him to the devil. Yes, Matty. You know, correct his thoughts, correct his ways, that sort of stuff. You know what, I'd even go so far as sit down and watch a romantic film with him at the age of 13 or 14, where it's slow and the build-up's great, and if you end up in a relationship and you get married and you have this big passionate sex at the end. Even if you sat there with him and he's feeling embarrassed, it's better than being embarrassed by you than someone on the street. If you're scared to shout at your kid, trust me, your kid's better getting shouted at by you than some helmets on the street. Because there's loads of learning processes to, you know, shouting, discipline. And a lot of you look at the, we can't, my dad used to batter me. But you get people in my mindset to go, I'd never discipline my kids because I was badly disciplined. So they just let the kids run fucking wild. Discipline's not physical. You know, you've just got pissheads who get physical with the kids to use discipline because the words are pointless. Why? Because they've had that many promises off them. Do you understand? If you tell your kid to do something and you want them to do it, when you're saying you're going to do something, you do it and he'll listen. If you're trying to tell your kid to do something and when you're saying you're going to do something but you don't do something, he's never going to listen to you. That's the first thing. You got to show your kid, I'm coming to get you at 3 o'clock. Bang, 3 o'clock you're there. We're going round a shop at 4:30, you're coming with me. No woman are, and bang, you're gone at 4:30. I want you in at 10 o'clock. He'll be in at 10 o'clock. But that, when I'm saying discipline, it's not about, it's psychological discipline. And you call it what they like. You know, they stopped you giving your kid a slap, haven't they? So you've got to use your psychological strength, haven't you, to basically manipulate the life out of your kid. Everything you shouldn't be doing, you're doing to your kid. Lying to them, manipulating them, encouraging them to think and believe a certain way. Everything you're doing to them is wrong, isn't it? But it's got to be done.